For David Milne, a painter, an illustrator, and a writer, the creative process itself was more important than the subject matter. In essence, Milne aimed to distill each painting into its most essential elements. Like the group of seven, Milne primarily chose landscapes as his subject matter. However, his approach was far less impressionistic than the group and more modern. At 21, Milne left Canada to study at the Art Student League in New York. He earned a living through his commercial design work and painted in his spare time. In 1917, he enlisted in the Canadian Army, serving in Europe, and later he had documented abandoned battlefields and war camps for the Canadian War Records. After the war, Milne spent another decade in New York State before returning to Canada in 1929. In the 1920s and 30s, Vincent Massey purchased several of Milne's works, sometimes for $5 a piece, because Milne was living in near poverty. Massey's support was critical in helping Milne survive during those years, and later, he helped organize exhibitions which brought Milne even more recognition. Massey later became the first Canadian-born Governor-General. By 1934, thanks to the support of the Masseys, Milne's art came to the attention of Alan Jarvis, who is the future director for the National Gallery of Canada. Also came to the attention of Douglas Duncan, who became his dealer and his champion. Through Duncan's efforts, Milne's work, long created in isolation, gained wider recognition all across Canada. Milne drew inspiration from American and French Impressionism, particularly the work of Claude Monet and Henri Matisse. Yet, he transformed these influences into a distinctly personal and Canadian vision. In addition to painting, Milne was a gifted writer whose journals and notes offer valuable insights into his artistic philosophy and his working methods. This beautiful watercolor called Sports Arena Bancroft was painted in 1951. In the final 15 years of his life, Milne turned increasingly towards more dreamlike, imaginative compositions, a shift that was possibly inspired by the birth of his son in 1941 and children's art. Today, Milne's work is held in important institutions across Canada, such as the National Gallery of Canada, the Art Gallery of Ontario, and the Library and Archives of Canada. If you'd like to see more of Milne's work, check out our website rookleys.com or come by the gallery. We currently have 3 Milnes on display. We'd love to see you.